say what you will about the Young Bucks.
Amazing, right?
Yeah, some people criticize the way they go about things, but I just think that they are amongst the very short list of guys that are in the elite of that are currently professionally wrestling. I don't just mean like unsigned talents. I mean like they are the best. Yeah. And I'm happy to call them friends of mine. So I'm not just putting them over because they're good and I'm not just putting them over because they're friends of mine, but also because they're just insanely good and talented. But as relates to myself, we just have some really good chemistry against each other, and a lot of my real like fun encounters in PWG were with the Young Bucks, especially lately. So anytime I go back, like I always hope that we can mix it up together. Now that we're in the Bullet Club, we'll probably be a team together.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, working with the Young Bucks, working with El Generico, Sami Zayn. Getting my first match with Ricochet out there was real fun. I mean, I just have a lot of good memories in general. Like, no one was really a drag to work. Everyone was real pleasant. Like Matt Sydal, like we had 5 minutes to call our match, and he's just so gosh darn good that within that 5 minutes we pieced together something like really respectable, a match that I'm really proud of. I can't wait to work with him again if there's a chance to.
What are your thoughts on the entire heat with Jim Cornette and the Young Bucks? Do you follow all that stuff, or?
Yeah, I do, because I somehow get dragged into it every now and then.
Right.
I had heard stories that Jim Cornette had said that I should be tarred and feathered for having the match against the 9-year-old girl. And so I always thought that was funny, but the real story was that I should have my throat slit and boiled in oil. And I know that's just Jim being creative and sounding funny. I know he doesn't mean it. And I also think that he says these things because he knows that the Bucks are kind of the it thing.
Wants to rub?
Yes, totally. And the match that I had with the girl has millions upon millions of views. So to be the guy that said I should die because of that match, he's going to stand out as one of the very few people with a voice that people may listen to, that has a negative opinion of the match. So I just no-sell it because I don't want to give Jim that attention that he's looking for. I mean, if he calls me out personally, and I'll say like, okay, Jim, I think you're funny. That's great. Like, I know you don't hate me.
Right.
If you do hate me, then you must have a problem, because really, what have I done to you personally?
Well, I didn't even know you guys had heat. This is news to me. So.
Oh no, I don't think there is. I don't
Right.
think there is at all. I just think like he just kind of went into business for himself.
Right.
Like, okay, these guys are getting over, so I'm just going to mention them on my podcast or tag their names and say like, I wish I could kill them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's going to get him heat. Like, and we all. I mean, if the spotlight was taken off of us, like the Bucks and myself, who knows? Maybe we'd search for a way to get back into it. And what better way than to target the guy that is in the spotlight? Jim perhaps is that kind of person.
Do you think that the Bucks went too far when they super kicked the little kid?
Nope.
Neither do I.
No, not at all.
Okay.
You watched the video. The kid wasn't touched. The super kick was completely safe. If there's anyone that knows how to throw a safe super kick, it's the master of the super kick. And if I'm not talking about Shawn Michaels, then I'm talking about the Bucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if there are two guys that could do a move that you would consider complete safety but looks like death, it's going to be the Bucks and the super kick. So at no point in time did I feel that the child was endangered. It was, I mean, I'm sure you saw the footage.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? For a guy in the business, you can tell that the kid was protected.
100%.
The Bucks weren't going to take his head off. They weren't looking to plaster him or pop themselves by stiffing a child.
Right.
Not at all. It was for the entertainment of the crowd and for the better entertainment of the wrestling world,
yeah.
in my humble opinion.